With that being said, Karen, thank you so much for being with us. I'm going to spotlight your video so that way everyone can see you next to the PowerPoint slide that's going on. So we are doing a screen share. You'll see a PowerPoint, and then you'll also see Karen on the side next to the screen. For those of you that are participating in the Total Body Challenge, I will be giving the code word at the end of the session. So hang on for that. But Karen, thank you so much for being with us. I'm going to turn it over to you now.
Great. I'm so happy to see everyone. I love to meet up with you at this time and talk a little bit about food and nutrition. And I love to hear what your thoughts are. So today's topic, we're talking about flavor, things that make our food taste better. And I want to teach you a little bit about the flavor experience. And so without further ado, Mia is assisting me with the slides today. So thank you, Mia. Let's go to the next slide. So this is really important because we're going to be handling some of those items that you have ready. So I want to make sure that everyone has washed their hands. So we're going to take a little break for a minute, which is going to allow you to get up and wash your hands. I just came back from washing my hands. And we want to have clean hands if we're going to touch any of these food items. So if you've assembled items and we're going to be touching and talking about them or potentially tasting them, I want you to wash your hands. All right, so once everybody's come back and we see that you're ready, we're going to start moving ahead. So important to wash our hands because that not only keeps away the dirt and the germs, but during this time where we have a lot of viruses in the air, we have the flu virus and we have the COVID virus, we can never wash our hands too much. So anytime that you're touching anything, even if it's your own phone or it's your computer, it's really important that you wash your hands frequently throughout the day, but always, always when you're about to touch food. Okay, are we ready? I think we're ready. So let's go to the next slide. This is just a little bit of a preview of what we're going to be talking about today. Today we talk about flavor, and that's things that makes our food taste better. And we're going to be learning that there are a few predominant flavors. That means that there are some flavors you'll know right away, and those flavors you'll recognize. Then we're going to talk about what makes those particular flavors that you like or don't like different from each other. And then you're going to tell me which ones you like. And I'm going to tell you what I like. And then we're going to understand a little bit about why that's so important. Okay, Mia, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so when I say we're going to talk about flavor, what flavors do you know? Can you tell me? Can anyone tell me what flavors they know? Or what items do we eat that we always want to know, what flavor do you like? If I said ice cream, I'd say next, which is your favorite flavor?
Kimmy has her raised hand, or Kimmy has her hand raised. Did you want to unmute, Kimmy?
Okay. So let's see who's got a flavor, not a food, but a flavor.
There's a sweet.
Somebody got salty, someone got vanilla. Those are excellent examples of flavors. Sweet, very good. Ice cream from Friendly's, but what flavor? Sour? Yes.
My favorite is vanilla with whipped cream, chocolate sauce on the side, M&Ms on the side.
But what is the flavor? When we talk about M&Ms, what is the flavor?
I like strawberry banana smoothies.
Okay.
I like vanilla ice cream.
Okay.
And I like the milk chocolate chip.
So I want you to think in terms of your favorite flavor and what does it taste like? Remember when we thought about being mindful and we had our bananas out? Think about what your favorite flavor tastes like. How would you describe it? Imagine in your mind that you're eating that favorite item. What does it taste like? Okay,
It tastes like milk.
It tastes like milk. Okay, Mia, let's go to the next slide. Let's see what we're going to learn today. So this is a picture of, who knows what that is? I'm going to see if anyone can guess. When you were little, your mom told you not to stick out your
Tongue.
tongue. All right, so everybody stick out your tongue. Yes. So guess what? Do it again. So that's my tongue. You're looking at a picture of my tongue. You see the pink part? That's my tongue. So what this picture is showing you is that on our tongue, when you stick it out, there's those little dots. Those are called taste buds. Has anyone heard of a taste bud? Some of you have heard of taste buds. So those taste buds recognize certain flavors. Like you recognize certain objects, you recognize a dog, you recognize a cat. Well, your tongue, it recognizes certain flavors. And different parts of your tongue give you a different sensation when you taste that flavor, okay? So on the tip of your tongue, the very, very tip, you see where it's red, it says sweet. When you taste a food that's sweet, that's the part of your tongue that gets the most sensation. And then there's, on the opposite side in the back is green, that's bitter. So the opposite of sweet is what? If it's not sweet, it's
Sour.
sour.
Yeah, like lemon juice.
Right, like lemon juice, or it could be bitter, right?
Ooh.
And then, so you have a section on either sides of your tongue that recognizes things that are sour. Think about if you ever had something sour, like if you bit a lemon, or if you had a sour apple sucking candy. Do you remember that feeling and you got a lot of saliva in your mouth because those taste buds were triggering that flavor and it made your mouth water, right? So that is thinking about how those parts of your tongue perceive or taste those flavors. So the other flavor we didn't talk about is salty. Yes, Cassidy said lime. Think about when you taste a lime, right? Really, really tart lime. Okay. So we also have salty. What foods do you, I know you eat some salty foods. What salty foods do you eat?
Jalapeno.
A jalapeno? A fresh jalapeno? That to me would be spicy.
That's spicy, like curry.
Spicy, right? Spicy. What do you eat that's salty?
We have some answers in the chat. Popcorn, crackers, peanuts.
Yes, yes, salted peanuts. Yep. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Now that we know that our tongue is like a little map, here are some common flavors that when we add them to the food, they make the food taste better. But I want to tell you a little secret. If you're cooking and you put too much spice in your chili, right? You see the circle, the orange circle says spice. If you put too much spice in your chili and you follow one of those arrows, you can add something sweet to tone down how spicy your chili is, right? And sometimes we match up these flavors to get the best, brightest bang for our buck. So a lot of these flavors go together, like sweet and sour. Do you eat anything that's sweet and sour at the same time? I could think of something that's sweet and sour. Anyone? Anyone in for the chat box? Something that's sweet and sour at the same time?
Skittles.
Skittles. That's an excellent example. I think of when you go to the Chinese restaurant and you get the sweet and sour chicken. Do you ever have that? It's sweet, but it's sour, right?
What about pork?
Chicken.
Yep, certain candies. That was right. If you eat Sour Patch Kids, or you eat a green apple lollipop, it's tart like a green apple, but it's sweet from the sugar in the pop.
What
right?
about like
Or Jolly Ranchers. Does anybody know what Jolly Ranchers are? The sucking candy. I get really tart. You get a little pucker, right?
hot?
So that's how we use flavor to really make our tongues get excited, and we like different flavors, right? It's why we eat different fruits. We like some fruits are citrusy, like the lime and the lemon, and some fruits are sweet, right? Like grapes are sweet. So let's go on to the next slide. We're going to talk a little bit about the salty foods. So let's talk about what food, if you picked out a food from the list, what do you have that might be salty? I have something to share that's salty. Anyone? A salty food? I'm going to show you mine. It's a piece of Parmesan provolone. It's provolone cheese. I wish you could smell it because it smells a little savory and it's really salty. It's a salty cheese. Someone has pretzels. That's really salty. I also brought some sea salt. Sea salt we sometimes use when we're making pretzels, or we use sea salt sometimes in cooking. And so salt is something that's on our list. And salty foods. Did anyone bring any, what do you have there, Rebecca? I see some, is it soy sauce? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, good job. Soy sauce is salty and savory. It balances the bitter and the sweet. Anyone else have something? Hot sauce. Yeah, well, that actually is when we talk about spicy. Stefan, let's put that in the spicy column. Anyone else eating any of these foods? Does anyone eat anchovies? Anchovies.
Not me.
Yep, flaming hot Cheetos. That's pretty salty. Anchovies are actually in Caesar salad dressing. So if you go to the restaurant and you get Caesar salad dressing, it's made with anchovies. Fish sauce is used a lot in Asian cooking. It really is pretty smelly when you open up the fish sauce. It smells like fish. So that seaweed actually, last time when we were with Erica, you remember Erica did a presentation for us. We had a patient we were working with who was eating seaweed, and it's very salty. Anyone eat miso? Miso, yeah, that's a fermented food. And then there's pickled vegetables. Does anyone eat pickled beets? Or 3-bean salad or sauerkraut? Sauerkraut is a pickled vegetable. It's very salty. So some food ingredients that you might be familiar with, bacon. Bacon can be salty. And pickles. That was great, Tiffany. Pickles. And sometimes the pickles can be sweet and sour. I like to eat those bread and butter pickles, and they're sweet and sour at the same time, right? So if you have a food item that you picked out for salty, you're allowed to taste it and tell us what it tastes like. Anyone want to taste their food item? So if you want,
heck yeah.
Pickles. Are you having a pickle, Rebecca? You like pickles?
No, I was gonna save it for bitter. I said I was gonna save it for sour, but that'll work too.
Yep, it's pickled. Okay, good. So let's go on to the next flavor. Relish can be pickled, absolutely. That was good, Brandon. Sweet, though, this is one you guys all know. What do you have for sweet? I have a couple things for sweet. I have
chocolate covered pretzel.
I think sweet potato.
Yogurt. Yogurt could be sweet. I have some honey. This is my honey. And I have some jam. I have some apricot jam. Those are my sweet items. Anyone else have anything different? What else do we have? Rebecca's got a protein bar. It's got some sugar in it. That could be sweet. Anyone have anything else? Let's see. Let me scroll down a little into my anyone have something sweet to share? Okay, so maybe
apple. Robert has some honey.
Apple, great. Perfect. So we also have molasses. Anyone know what molasses is? It's kind of like maple syrup, but it's thicker and it's dark, dark brown. You use it to make gingerbread or gingerbread cookies. In the holidays, we bake gingerbread cookies. That's what we use molasses for. It's also in barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce is a really good example of salty and sweet and sometimes a little spicy. So here are some foods on the bottom of this picture for the sweet. Here are some foods that when we cook them, the carrots become sweet and the sweet potatoes become sweeter. We have butternut and kabocha squash. They're generally sweet vegetables. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Sour. What do we have for sour? Let's see what I have. Oh, I have something for sour. Here it is. I had some, can you see my, my grapefruit juice? And I have tangerine.
Pickles again for sour.
Stefan has lime juice. Dylan.
Lime juice. All right. And sour. Pickles can be sour. You're right, Rebecca. They could be a little sour. Pickles can be sour. Let's see if I brought anything. I didn't bring anything else sour. Oh, yep. I have something else that's sour. It's lemon curd. Sometimes you put lemon curd in pastries or special cookies, and it makes them a little tart and a little.
What about blueberries?
Blueberries are sweet.
Mustard. Mustard.
Honey mustard, maybe. That could be a little savory. Minced meat is very sweet. Yes, it's got the dried fruit in it. Let's go to the next flavor. Bitter. I have something that's bitter. Oh, so I have my grapefruit juice. That's bitter too. And I have some cocoa powder. If you're familiar with cocoa powder, there's no sugar in this. This is just a cocoa powder. So that's really important. It's really tart. And I brought some, let me share this with you. You can see them. These are little dark chocolate baking chips. And they're bittersweet cocoa. So it's not the sweet chocolate, it's bittersweet cocoa. So who else has something else from our bitter section here that they could share? What do we have, Rebecca? We have coffee, decaf. Yes, coffee can be bitter. Good
Nick
job.
Coffee. Adita has broccoli.
Broccoli. Yes, broccoli can be bitter. Yes.
Robert has coffee.
Great. Hot chocolate, especially if it's the darker cocoa and not the sweet cocoa, can be bitter. The cocoa can be bitter. Anyone else have anything they're holding up? Okay. Amy, what do you have? Coffee? Yeah, look at that. Great. Good turnout. Anyone else find something that they want to share? Okay. Let me go back to the top, see if there's anything else anyone wants to share. Okay, so we have another slide to go, Mia. Spicy. Who's eating something that's spicy? I have some Dijon mustard. That's a little spicy. Anyone else? I did not bring my hot sauce. Hot sauce can be spicy.
Hot sauce is popular. Horseradish, Tabasco sauce.
Yes. Wasabi, if you're eating, what's the word I'm looking for? Sushi, right? Wasabi goes with the sushi. Jalapenos, someone had mentioned jalapenos earlier. Yes, Tiffany, great job, jalapenos. Rebecca, what do you have? Is that hot sauce?
Hot sauce.
Wow, I didn't see that brand. That's pretty cool. Is it hot? Yeah.
It is.
It is, huh? Spicy pizza, yep. When you put the hot sauce on the pizza, it gets very spicy. Anyone else have anything to share on the spicy? We sometimes cook here with harissa. It's made from chilies, red chilies, and so it's a paste that you mix in with your soups and your stews. It could be
I have jalapenos.
jalapenos, yep. And those habanero peppers are really hot. The little round yellowy ones, they could be pretty hot. An onion can sometimes be a little spicy, but we put onions in the barbecue sauce and that could be spicy. A ghost pepper, good job, Stefan. Those are hot ghost peppers, hot and spicy. Good job. All right, so let's go to the next slide. Oh, doesn't this look delicious? I want you to take a really good look at this board, and I want you to tell me which of these foods meets the salty flavor. Can you see? What do you got, Mark? What do you think?
Bacon.
Oh, Dylan's telling us he's got some spicy stuff.
The bacon.
Bacon is salty. Yes, good job with that. Excellent job with that.
Hey, Miss Karen, what is this white thing called?
The white thing up in the corner here,
Yeah.
next to the maple syrup?
Yes.
That's whipped cream.
Yeah, it's called peanut butter, and that's pancakes too.
Ah, that's pancakes. I didn't think that's peanut butter. I actually called that mustard.
Also, what is the yellow thing called that's next to strawberries?
That could be pineapple.
Ooh,
Or
what
it
is
could
the
be
dark thing
apple.
called next
It's
to
a
blueberry?
fruit. It looks like a sliced fruit.
No, like what are dark brown things called?
The dark brown things, those I have those here. We got those little chocolate chips.
Yeah, and what is that?
So what
what's
is
that
chocolate
in the dark and the
chip?
brown thing?
So the chocolate chips are bitter. And who can tell me where the sweet is? Which one of those is sweet?
Strawberries, well, blueberries and
Strawberries
pancakes.
is hard.
White chocolate.
Whipped cream.
The whipped cream could be sweet.
Pancakes.
It might not be sweetened because the cream isn't sweet until you add the sugar.
Good.
There's something sweet. Who can see what's very sweet? Yes, Mark.
Not the thing next to the mustard. The thing here, whatever it's called.
The maple syrup.
Yeah, that's
The
sweet.
blueberries.
That's sweet. Very good.
The blueberries are sweet.
The fruit could be sweet sometimes, but what flavor do we call, which one of those is sour? Which one can be a little sour? Can somebody tell me one of the fruits that could be sour?
Strawberries.
better than strawberries. Sometimes the strawberries, if they're not ripe, yeah, if they're not red, they could be a little bit sour. And what other fruit?
Raspberries.
The raspberries. Good job, Mark. The raspberries could be sour. So our salty one was the bacon, and our sweet is the maple syrup, and the bitter is the chocolate, because that's dark chocolate. We said dark chocolate's a little bitter. And then number 4 is the sour taste. And we said that the berries, the raspberries, can sometimes be a little sour. And the spicy, I said, was the mustard, because that looks to me like mustard. And in that little jar there. So I called that mustard. Yeah. So when we eat a breakfast like this, we're actually getting all of the different flavors together in the meal. And so your tongue is getting very excited because it satisfies you. And sometimes we mix the flavors, right? Sometimes, does anyone put, I grew up in New York, and sometimes we put ketchup on our eggs. Did you ever hear of that? Yeah, people think we're crazy, but we put ketchup on our eggs when we were little. So that's salt, right? Salt on the eggs, which is the protein food. So we combine the flavors. When we make chili in my house for the Super Bowl, I made turkey chili. So what flavors do you think I put in my turkey chili? Anyone think about what I might put in my turkey chili?
Peppers.
I
Beans.
put peppers. I did. Excellent. I put 2 kinds of peppers.
What kind of beans?
Black beans.
I put the peppers, the red peppers, and I put the jalapeno peppers. And I put chili powder, and I did put black beans. What else do you think I seasoned my chili with? Can you think? Did I put anything spicy?
Cassidy said a red pepper.
Yes, the red pepper could be a little sweet, and the spicy was the jalapeno. And I put something bitter. Who can guess what was bitter in my turkey chili? Any guesses? Mia, could we go back to the bitter PDF for the bitter foods? So wait, before you go, well, here's bitter. Who knows something on this page I put in my chili? Can you see something I might put in my chili? You'll be very surprised. It wasn't the okra.
Bitter melon?
No, bitter melon's pretty bitter. I actually put some cocoa in with my chili because it was really delicious. The cocoa powder and the chili powder, when they blend, they give you this really delicious flavor. And then I had the tomatoes, and I had the spiciness, and I had the saltiness. So I had all of those flavors working together. Can you think of something that you might eat that has a lot of flavor in it? Can you think of anything you might eat that has a lot of flavors?
Can you please repeat the question, because I think I may have forgot it.
Yeah, I wanted to know if you eat a food that has more than one of these flavors in it. So Brandon said pizza, and someone said hummus, which is really great because we do
horseradish
flavors, right? Barbecue, curry, excellent, Dylan, great job. Curry has all different spices in it. Buffalo wings, because you can get them sweet or hot, right?
I never know what curry you should try. A vindaloo.
Vindaloo, delicious. It's making me hungry. You know what, Jenny, salad can have a lot of those flavors in it. That's a really great observation because we put all these different things in our salad. That was great. Perfect. Is anyone going to eat anything tonight at dinner that might have more of these flavors in it?
Well, I'm gonna have French fries, which are salty. A burger.
Maybe you'll put some ketchup on it.
I don't put ketchup on my
No?
fries or my burger.
Some people put barbecue sauce on their fries.
I don't put barbecue sauce on my burger either.
Yeah. Someone's having rice balls and meatballs. Those have a lot of flavors in them. Great. Salad. Tiffany, I hope you get some great things in your salad to give you a lot of flavor. Perfect. That was great. You guys did really good, but nobody was tasting any of their salty or bitter foods. No one had any.
I don't want to eat the other three. I only like the pretzel and the chocolate covered pretzel the most.
Oh yeah, a little bit of sweet and a little bit of bitterness, right? Mia, let's go back to the tongue. There it is. So now when you think about your food, when you have your dinner tonight, I want you to really taste it. I want you to remember how we had the banana and we kept it in our mouth and we chewed it a long time to really get the flavor. When you eat your dinner tonight, I want you to think about how many flavors we talked about today that you taste in your food. If you taste something a little salty, a little sour, a little sweet, great. So I hope that you will taste your food tonight in a different way now that you know how all of these flavors work together. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
No, everybody's great. Good. I can't wait to hear about how you start to taste your food a little differently after our session about taste today.
Any other questions? No? Well, we're in perfect time where we're heading right to the dinner hour. So I hope that everyone, when they eat their dinner tonight, they take Karen's advice and really try and taste all 5 flavors.
Great. I hope everyone has a good dinner.
I might be having my
That was really
noodles.
cool. Thanks so much.
Oh, of
Thank you
course.
very much.
Nice to see you all.
Oh.
Thank you, Karen, and thank you, Mia, for doing the slides.
Thank you.
Before we end today's session, I am going to give you all today's Total Body Challenge code word, which is flavor. So
Flavor.
L-A-V.
Flavor.
Oh, no. Flavor spelled
Flavor.
L-A-V-O-R-S.
The code word is flavor. So thank you, Karen, for that mindful eating session on flavor. I know I can't wait to.
Bye, Karen.
Have a great night, everyone. And
Thank you.
Well,
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Karen. Bye, Amelia.